today's chief guest and speaker, Dr. Ravi sir, Assistant Professor of English in Dr. Khatri Mahavidyalay, Tukum District, Chandrapur. Next, I would like to welcome Dr. Joshi sir, HOD of PGTD English, Gondwana University, Gadchiroli. And I would like to welcome today's all the faculty members and participants. This is the third edition of Know It series and fourth session, which is organized by faculty members of PGTD English, Gondwana University, Gadchiroli. The purpose of this series is to explore the teaching students' fraternity with the latest development and career prospect in the field of English language and literature. The series invites various speakers for the deliberation. Today's our chief guest is Dr. Ravi sir, Assistant Professor in Dr. Khatri Mahavidyalay, Tukum. Sir has done their education in MA English, clear NetSet in 2012 and 2013, and now they are working as assistant professor. They worked as contributory lecturer in Dr. Ambedkar College, Nagpur, 2011 to 2013. They also worked as contributory lecturer in Sevadal Mahavidyalay, Nagpur, in 2012 to 2013. Sir awarded PhD on the topic multiculturalism in the novel of Paulo Coelho, A Critical Study. Sir has attended various conferences such as International Seminar on the Evolving Genre of Poetry, University Level Workshop on Arts, 6th Annual International Conference on English as Second Foreign Language, etc. Sir has also published paper in conference such as International Conference on Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Vision 21st Century, Conference Proceedings of the National Conference on the Voice of Dissent in Literature of the Marginalized, National Conference on Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, an Architect of Modern India. Sir has also published paper in journal such as Global Journal of Multidisciplinary Studies, Writings in Time, Kanpur Philosopher, etc. Sir has also awarded as shortlisted for Outstanding Agriculture Teacher Award 2022 by Society. Sir was silver medalist from PGTT of RTMNU Nagpur. They also given contribution towards development on the students. They also did university-related works by examiner, moderator, election officer, etc. Now I hand over this session to Dr. Ravi sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, Prabodhi, for a wonderful introduction about me. So, can I start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please just tell me that my PPT is visible or not.
It is visible, sir.
Okay. Yes, sir. I'm going through the slideshow. Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Can go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. First of all, I am very thankful to Dr. Joshi, sir, for giving me an opportunity to take a guest lecture on the topic, the importance of multicultural literature. One of the important things regarding this topic is that my research is based on this, and what are the experience I got by doing the research. Definitely one by one I will put in front of you, and I will try my level best to satisfy you about this topic, that is a multicultural literature. So see, first of all, we are entered in the term multiculturalism, means how it should be begin. When we can see that as the philosophy, multiculturalism begin as a part of pragmatism movement. Means whenever we can see towards the word multiculturalism, then the positive approach first of all come in the mind of us. And it started at the end of the 19th century in Europe and United States. Means if we can say that the India is a multicultural country, a different multiculturalism first of all means a variety of culture. Then India, we can see that India is a multicultural country because a different kind of a culture, religion, tradition, that all the things we can cover in the one section. So we can see that at the end of the 19th century in Europe and United States, first of all, the multiculturalism movement is started. And then as a political and cultural pluralism. After that, after the social point of view, suddenly it should be a turn to the political and cultural content at the turn of 20th century. The idea of multiculturalism first emerged in the Canada in the 1960. Whenever we can see the Canada, then there are the different type of the peoples are going to live together, and the content, or we can say that the term multiculturalism is first developed in Canada in 1960 and become the official government policy. Means not only the people accepted that term, but the government also accepted that term, and it should be a official government policy in that country in the 1970. And after that, we can find out that Australia followed suit in 1973, and several European states such as the Sweden, Netherlands subsequently adopted similar state policy. Means step by step, one by one, the other country also realized that what is the importance of the multiculturalism and why the state government should adopted the policy of the multiculturalism. After that, they adopted it. But whenever we can see the first country, then we are going to realize that the Canada is the first country who accepted the multiculturalism policy. Just we can go in the definition of multiculturalism. What is a simple definition of multiculturalism? That is told by Colin Cobult. He said that multiculturalism is a situation in which all the different cultural or racial groups in a society have equal rights and opportunity. That is a basic fundamental of this term multiculturalism. Means every person who can live in the situation or in the society, he has a equal rights and opportunity, and none is ignored or regarded as unimportant. Means that is a basic theme or the basic content of the multiculturalism. Means every human being have equal rights and opportunity. Nobody should be ignored from that. So it is a, we can say that the proper definition of multiculturalism we can see here. Then see, the multiculturalism is an umbrella term. Means there are the so many terms are going to merge there. Just we can see in the picture multicultural. Then see that there are the, we can see that the mixed family, urban worker, friendship, youth, women's, immigration, happiness, gesturing. Then we can say couples, female, smile, racial, ethnic. Means there are the multiple we can say concepts are going to merge in the term, we can say multiculturalism. Because of this reason, it is called the umbrella term. So many content or so many concepts just going to merge in that one term. After that, we can say multicultural literature. Multicultural literature serve as a powerful tool in enabling students to gain a better understanding of both their own culture and the culture of other. See, that is one of the most important thing. Whenever we can enter in the classroom, that time you can find out one thing is that whenever you are entered in the classroom, that time the people who are seated in the classroom, they are not belonging from the one culture, they are not belonging from the one community, they are not belonging from the one religion, but the different kind of peoples are sitting in the one classroom. So we can say that our classroom is now a multicultural. That is the best example nowadays. Even every teacher can enter in the class. That time we can see that different cultural outlook is coming from that way. So it is a part of the multiculturalism. And why? It's a student should understand that the culture of the another people also. Because whenever you are communicating between each other, that time the way of communication is different. The way of we can say expressing the thoughts is different. Why? Because every person can talk according to his culture. I think so. Just we are now in the Gondwana University, and we know that the Gondwana culture is different than the other culture, and we are now the favoring to that. So at least in our university, we are learning the Gondwana culture. Suppose that any other students are entering in our university, then definitely he is going to get an opportunity to understand the culture of the other people. So it's a meaning of that. Through this deeper knowledge, relationship can be strengthened. And what is the important fact regarding with that? It's we are just making our relationship strong. It should be a strengthen, bridging the gap between the student from the diverse cultural background. And because of this reason, it should be filling the gap. Suppose that you are familiar with only the one culture, but whenever the students are entering in the university from the different culture and they are sharing their views, so because of this reason, what is the things are coming in your mind? You are understanding each and every part very minutely. And it is a from cultural way you are understanding it, because we know that every 6 miles the language is going to change, every 10 miles the culture is going to change, every 20 miles the religion is going to change. So whenever a certain kind of things are going to happen, then what we are going to learn from that, we are learning that we are living in the multicultural state. It's a part of that. Let's see that the children's literature nowadays, we can see that so many children are going to read the books. They are just using the YouTube. They are just looking the so many pictures, so many, we can say that images. So what they are going to learn from that? It's the children's literature help children understand that despite our many differences, all people share common feelings and aspiration. Means all the peoples are sharing the common feeling. It's part of that. Then those feelings can include love, sadness, fear, and the desire of fairness and justice. Means from our child age, whenever we can observe the child, then what we can learn from the child literature, we are just understanding that the love, sadness, fear, and the desire of fairness, that is a common feeling we can find out in the every human. Even yet that person is we can say that he's from the another culture or the another religion, but what is the similarity in all the persons, that it's a love, sadness, fear, and the desire of fairness, that all the things are same in the every culture, every religion. It's a thing is that, and that is a basic, we can say, fact of the multiculturalism we are going to learn in this way. Whenever we can enter in the field of the historical background, then we are going to find out that since the history, first known the Harappa civilization, we can say in the Indus River Valley, that is the 3000 BC, till the end of the British colonial rule in the 1947. Means when we can see that the Harappa civilization, then we can find out that the multiculturalism is also present in those days also. A numerous empire ruled different part of the India. Means whenever the Britishers ruling over the India, in those duration also there are the so many civilizations were present in the India where they were going to follow the multiculturalism. Means so many peoples are living collaboratively at the one place. They are sharing their views, ideas, thought, their culture, their religion, their everything they are going to sharing at that one level. So we cannot say that only in the Canada it can, the certain kind of a things going to find out that, but in the, we can say, Harappa civilization also we can find out. Then we can see the Mohenjo-daro civilization. There is one movie also came. Hrithik Roshan is the main hero there. That is a contemporary to the Harappa civilization. Means Mohenjo-daro. That is also the best example of the multiculturalism. Early empire were the Aryans, the Mauryan, the Gupta. Whenever we can understand the history, because for understanding the multiculturalism very deeply, we should read also history, because it is also the important thing. Both India and Europe are multicultural societies characterized by linguistic, religious, ethnic, racial, religion, and cultural diversity. Most of the time we can find out that the cultural diversity, and in India we can find out the most of the cultural diversity is present in the India. There is one country, so we can say that the India is a multicultural country. Whenever we can just talk about the term multiculturalism, then we can understand, we study the linguistic way, religious way, ethical way, racial way, and the regional, that all the things are coming together. Multicultural literature can provide insight into the cultural thoughts and belief. Means how you are going to believe in that. Your thoughts are very powerful, but whenever we are just coming under the category of this, then positive thoughts we are communicating here. Okay, we are not talking about the negative thoughts. It's a part of the positivity. This term is also related with the positive thoughts, not the negative, and the belief, how you are believing in that concept or not. As you read the stories, we can learn about the history, people and experience of other culture. In turn, we can learn more about our own culture and its value. Whenever we can do the comparison of the two culture, then what are the most important thing is coming here? We are understanding our own culture in a better way. That is the most important thing. Otherwise, if you are just telling about your culture only, then there is no authenticity. Means you cannot tell with the full confidence. But whenever you are compare the culture to the another culture, that time you are going to find out that what are the lacunas, what are the positivity. And whenever after that you are just presenting or telling to somebody, then you are with the full confidence you can tell that. So the comparison is more important here. So we should do a comparative study at the same time. Then see that the multicultural literacy, what kind of a multicultural literacy that? The important goal of the multicultural education is to help student. That is one of the most important thing is that what is the main issue that in the education to help the student acquire the knowledge and the commitment needed to make effective reflective decision and take a personal, social, and the civic action to promote the democracy and democratic living. That is one of the most important part of that multiculturalism. Whenever the students are coming to take the education, then we are just maintaining the democracy and the democratic living. Means every person have equal rights to take the education. Whenever we can say that kind of a thing, then definitely we are just entering in the field of the multiculturalism. And multicultural literacy, if we are going to find out, then we can just see the multicultural literacy with the help of the students who are taking the education and understanding the culture from the better. It's a part of that. It's one kind of a commitment towards the culture and a reflective decision. After understanding that concept, whenever we are entering the democracy, because in the democratic country, we are going to get the equal rights. Okay, and nobody can just avoid it or remove from the society. So it's a democracy and the democratic living. So students should understand that you are living in that stance. So you should understand the better way. You have a certain kind of opportunity while taking the education. You can understand the multicultural literacy here. Let's see that the four values of multiculturalism literature. What are we can say the four values? It promotes unity and empathy. That is one of the most important thing regarding with that. Unity is more important. When we are living in the unity, then definitely we are going to realize that what is our rights. And when we are just recently, I can give the example of you that so many teachers, so many professors, just they went on a strike about the old pension. Then what is that? They are united. Otherwise, we don't have a certain kind of relation with the ZP teacher or the juniors teacher and the senior teacher. But they come together at the one place because to get their rights. So we can say that it is the best example regarding that. It's a unity. And the empathy is that you are understanding the other's emotion, other's thought on a own way. So that is the main part of the multiculturalism. Then it promotes friendship that span across the culture. At the same time, we are promoting the friendship. It's a, we can say, united or universal brotherhood. We can say that it's one of the part of that. It encourages identity formation. Because definitely everyone should just create his own identity. And whenever if you want to create your own identity, then definitely you want to understand the culture first. Then you are just moving ahead of that. It helps students to look at the thing more critically about the world as the whole, which helps society grow and become a more accepting overall. See, whenever we are just entering ourselves in the field of the society, then society can tell the so many things to you. Or because we are the part of the society, human can't live alone. We have, we can say that we are the part of the society because we are living in the group. Man is a social animal when we can see that. What is the reason behind that? Because we want the society. We cannot live alone. So it's a basic part of that. So see that the importance of multicultural literature. What are the multiculturalism has many benefits. It encourages open-mindedness. Open-mindedness is more important nowadays. Those who are the narrow-minded, he cannot develop himself. But those who are the open-minded, then there are so many opportunities in the world he has. So we should be a open-minded. In multiculturalism, we can just understand this term because it encourages for the open-mindedness and the different group of the people. It dispel negative stereotype, and we are just remove the negative stereotype from our mind. It's an important thing. It encourages the integration of various culture and the mutual exchange of the idea and viewpoint. That is one of the important thing that we can say integration is more important. And this term encourages for the various culture. Means we are going to study not only the our culture, but we are just studying the another culture also. And the exchange of idea and viewpoint, that is more important. Whenever two persons are meeting, they are just doing the dialogue between each other. That time they are not only sharing the culture, but their views, their ideas, their emotions, they are going to share that. And with the help of that, they are sharing everything. At least whenever we can use the language, that time we are going to understand that this person is belonging from that region. Means language is playing the very important role here. It is a one kind of identity that the human being can understand from that. So sharing ideas can lead to new opportunity, innovation, and more productive working relationship. See, that is also one of the important thing regarding with the multicultural literature. It can give you, we can say, an opportunity to share your ideas, can lead to new opportunity. It create a certain kind of the opportunities, innovation, and more productive working relationship. Means you can build up the relationship with the other person. That is a way. Some of the characteristics of the multicultural literature I have put here. Whenever we are going to read that, a literature about the people who are considered outside of the mainstream of society and have been in some manner marginalized. It's the thing is that means those who are the marginalized people, though the people don't have the place in the society, then for those people also the term multiculturalism can provide the certain kind of a thing. Means they should be entered in the mainstream. That's an important. Multicultural society is characterized by the people of various race, ethnicities, and the nationalities living together in the same community. Means every people's provided certain kind of opportunity. They are the main part of the mainstream society. They are not the, we can say that the other part of that. But we all are equal. We all have a certain kind of the equality. So we are the, we can say one kind of a living in the brotherhood. So that kind of a, that's a way, or that kind of a, we can say that the emotion is going to create in the mind of the human being. In the multicultural society, people maintain, pass on, celebrate, and share their unique way of life, language, tradition, and cultural behavior. It's a multicultural society. This definition would include people from the diverse culture, linguistic, socio-economic, and religious background. See, if you are belonging from the other religious background, if you are belonging from the different linguistic culture, it doesn't matter. But whenever we are coming together, then we are working from the humanistic point of view. Means nobody's are going to tell you that okay, you are just from that religion, your language is different, so because of this reason you don't have a certain kind of opportunity to sit in the one place. So it doesn't matter. Whenever we are coming together in the collaboratively, then every people have a certain kind of rights. So that kind of thoughts or that kind of we can say teaching we are going to take from the multicultural point of view. Then see that colonialism and the post-colonialism, this term also we can apply here. It's the thing is that when the Britishers came in India before the 150 year ago, they started the colony first. Then the term colonialism is come after that. They established the colony, they are living in the group, and after that they started to rule over the India. And what is the post-colonialism is that the people who are living in the India, they rebelled against that and they just got their rights, and they realize that we have also that kind of rights. We are not the, we can say, downtrodden. We are not the outcast of the society, but we are also the same people. We can also live in the mainstream. So for understanding the multiculturalism better way, we can should read the critical theory also. That is the colonialism and the post-colonialism. Whenever we can think about the post-colonialism theory, then the post-colonialism theory is supporting to the multicultural literature, because in the post-colonial theory, the peoples are also favoring for the equality. The peoples are also favoring for the, we can say that, liberty. So when a certain kind of a terms are coming in the post-colonial theory, then definitely it is a supporting to that. Because of this reason, just I have given the some reference here. So see that the example of multicultural literature. Multicultural literature include books that portray people of color. Means nowadays, one thing is that suppose you are the one author or you are the one writer, then you can write down about the person of any other countries. There is no barrier related with that. You suppose that if you are living in the India and suppose that you are doing the research on the people of America, England, it doesn't matter nowadays. Nowadays we can do that kind of a thing. So what is a part of that? It is a part of the also the multicultural literature. Means we have a certain kind of rights. Nobody can stop to you that. Nobody can say to you that why you have chosen my book for a research, that kind of a thing. Okay, because we are presenting the reality about that author. So it is also the part of the multicultural literature. They also, however, include the book that help to portray religion group other than the Christian, like a Jew. Means whenever we are just talking about the religious point of view, then also you can write down some books on the religion also. Means you can write down that what are the basic facts, what are the good facts regarding with the Christian religion, Catholic, Muslim, or you can write down that what are the common theme of the all religion. So that kind of a way is also here. I have given the reference of PK movie. I think so. All of you have seen the movie PK. Then there is the Amir Khan is doing the leading role there, and he can say one thing there is that where is the thappa? I think so. You understood that what is the meaning behind that? Means we all are all humans are equal. Means we have divided that the people in the caste, that is a Muslim, then Hindu, then again the Christian, then Jew, then we have divided ourselves in the caste. Otherwise we are only the common human being. That message he want to give with the help of that single words. Means why we have differentiated that there is a no difference, because human body is the same. There is no difference between that, because we have created that kind of a culture. But that thing is regarding with that here in the movie PK, he is just telling about the humanity, and humanity is more important than any other things. And whenever we are talking about the humanity, then definitely we can say that the equality, liberty, fraternity, and brotherhood, that all concepts are coming under the one term, that is the humanity, and that we should follow in the multicultural literature. See, there is one beautiful poem that is written by the Rabindranath Tagore, define the meaning of multiculturalism and the cosmopolitanism. I think so. Every student read that poem. That where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where the knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into the fragment by narrow domestic war. What a beautiful message is given there. And can you believe that? Rabindranath Tagore wrote this poem in the pre-independent era. When the Britishers were ruling over the India in those days, he was writing a certain kind of a poem. Then what is the intention behind that? He want to show that everything is free. Then why the some peoples are going to get the education and why the some peoples are not going to get the education? Why should we are working in the narrow domestic wall? We are why we should bind ourselves. So it's a part of that. Means where the mind is without fear, where the peoples are fearful mind, and the fearless mind means there is no fear in the mind and the heart, and you are just taking your own decision. Then definitely we are understanding the portion of the multiculturalism, where the word came out from the depth of truth, where the tireless striving stretches its arm toward the perfection. Whenever we are just coming towards the perfection, when we can move toward the perfection, when we have the liberty, when we have the equality, when we are just believing in the brotherhood, that time we are just moving towards the perfection. Otherwise, we cannot do that kind of a thing. It's a main portion of that, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dairy desert stand of the dead habits. Means we want a certain kind of a clear reason what we are doing at that kind of a thing. Everything should be clear in our mind, into even the winding thoughts and the action into that heaven of freedom of Father. Means he is talking about the freedom. Every human being wants a certain kind of a freedom. Then he should express the thoughts, emotion, feeling, ideas in front of the every people without fear. It's a thing, and that is one of the best poem that is written by Rabindranath Tagore, and it is a poem of it's a multiculturalism thinking is coming in that poem. So see that the theory of multiculturalism is coming here. Commonly, the two concepts of multicultural literature refer to book that give the another ethnic perspective than the one of the mainstream society. Means we know that whenever we can read the old literature, that time we can find out that there is the one high class society and the one low class society. So that we have just differentiate ourselves in the two class. But whenever we are talking about the multiculturalism, then every person have an equal right to just come in front and just merge in the mainstream society. Means nobody is a backward, everybody is coming in the upstairs, and definitely he is the part of the mainstream society, which is the western context generally refer to the people of color compared to the whites. Whenever we can read the British literature, that time we are going to find out that the in old literature there should be the color differences, black and the white. So white is the superior and the black is the inferior. So that kind of a content is coming there. But nowadays, whenever the country is accepted the term of multiculturalism, then every country is thinking about that, and they are going to realize that nobody is inferior and nobody is superior. All peoples are equal, and they have a certain kind of rights. It's a thing is that. So see, a main theme of a multiculturalism is that diversity within unity. Whenever we are talking about that, there are the lots of diversities are present in the every country, but really they are united or not is one of the main portion. But whenever diversity within a unity, when we can find out that the unity, but there should be a diversity, then it is a portion of the multiculturalism, because in that way every persons are going to get the equal opportunity in the help of that. It's a part of it. So see that in this slide we can see the father and the mother of multiculturalism. That the late sociologist Stuart Hall is known as the godfather of multiculturalism. That he just defined that term. And Rudin Sims Bishop advocated for the importance of representation and the diversity in children's book, becoming known as the mother of multicultural literature. This slide just I have focused on that who is the father and the mother of multiculturalism. Just keep the name that Stuart Hall and the Rudim Sim Bishop. These are the father and the mother of multiculturalism. See that multiculturalism in India. India is known for the unity in diversity that we all of you know it very well. Whenever you can go in the south, whenever you can go in the west, this everywhere. Suppose you are going to wandering in the India, then you are going to find out that the diversity in the India more than the other country, because India is a multicultural country and diversity is present in the lots of way as a thriving democracy from the past 75 years. Means whenever we are just thinking about the India after the independence, then we are going to find out that every people have a rights to go everywhere. You can wander here and there. You can understand the culture. You can understand the religion. You can understand the language. Everything you are going to understand very well. But there is a one of the most important thing is that you just first travel everywhere. Yeah, whenever you are going to travel everywhere, then you are going to understand that. Otherwise, India is a very beautiful country than other country. That what are the what are the content I am putting in front of you. On the basis of that, I am telling to you. Suppose that you are not wandering here and they are not visiting any other places, but even yet you are just traveling in India also, then you are going to understand each and every part, and you can understand the term multiculturalism in a very beautiful way. You see, this is the because the Indian multiculturalism accept this diversity and the strengthen democracy by giving a variety and the equal status to all the community. And why a certain kind of a things are going to happen? Because India is also accept the multiculturalism, and because there is a diversity and the strengthen the democracy. And we have strengthened our democracy. Because of our democracy, we got every and equal rights, giving a variety and equal status to all the community. Here I can give the reference of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the father of Indian Constitution. Whenever we can read the Constitution of India, then you are going to get the idea regarding with that. The Constitution of India has bestows equality, liberty, fraternity, brotherhood, and justice. Because of this reason, and what is the content of the multiculturalism? Content of multiculturalism is rounding about that. So whenever we can read the Constitution of India, then you are also understanding each and every term very beautifully, because equality is there, liberty is there, fraternity is there, brotherhood is there, and justice is there. And in the fact of multiculturalism, that term is playing the very important role, because if you want to come in the mainstream society, then certain kind of rights that because of the Constitution of India, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar wrote this book, and that we got a certain kind of a fundamental rights, and this fundamental right is believing that really we have a certain kind of a person that we can just have a work in the mainstream society. So we should just focus on this point also. So nature of multiculturalism we are going to understand here. Multiculturalism is a social perspective. Whenever you are going to understand that, then you should just go in the society, understand the culture. Okay, that is the meaning of this multiculturalism. First of all, we are understanding from the social point of view. That is a committed to publicly recognized and respecting many culture and cultural identities. Means we should give the respect to the every culture, because no culture is useless. It's a part of that. Every culture have a certain kind of a history. So whenever you are meeting to the people and understanding the culture, then give the respect to that culture. That is a more important thing, because we are believing in the one term is that just take respect and give respect. Whatever you want, then first of all it should be just from your mind, your point of view. Means your thought should be presented that kind of a thing. Then after that you are going to get the certain kind of a respect. So whenever we are understanding the multiculturalism from the social point of view, then first of all we should understand that you should give the respect to many culture and cultural identities. That is an important thing. Identity topics. See, identity politics is one mean by which member of society strive for the public recognition. Means after the social understanding, we are moving towards the politics. Nowadays, multiculturalism is a part of the politics also, because most of the time the politicians are playing with the emotion of the common human being. And whenever he is playing with the feelings of the common human being, that is the one of the way to win in the election. So from that point of view also, the multiculturalism, this term is going to use. But whenever we are just thinking about the literature point of view, then I can suggest to all the students is that we should read the literature from the social point of view. We are not just giving the stage on the political point of view, because political point of view is a, we can say, not a certain related with the literature. But after understanding each and every part of the social point of view, you can enter in that field. But first of all, understand the multiculturalism from the social point of view. That is one of the most important thing. Then strive for the public recognition of their culture and cultural identity. Whenever you are just thinking about the multiculturalism in a political point of view, then it should be a public recognition, because you are understanding that you are the public icon and their culture and cultural identity. You should create your own identity on the basis of that. It's a part of this. And the idea of multiculturalism is coming here. That already we have seen that Canada in the 1960 and become an official government policy. Then Austria followed the suit in 1973 and the several European states. That is already we have discussed that. So see, the two theories of multiculturalism is playing the very important role here. That is that the melting pot and the salad bowl. That I think so. The student of literature is familiar with that. And here I can just tell that the theory of deconstruction. That is a Jacques Derrida. Jacques Derrida is a very beautifully defined that the concept of deconstruction means there is a no center. We are decentralized. Means whenever people are thinking about the decentralization, means nobody is in the center. Every people are just we can say coming in a one center. Means every person have a rights to come in the center. So it is a decentralizing theory that is put by the Jacques Derrida in the literary theory. So that concept is also related with the multiculturalism. Means if we are going to say that nobody is the avoided from the society or nobody should be neglected from the society, so everyone should come in the center. So that time the theory of a deconstruction that we should apply in the with the theory of the multiculturalism. So I should just suggest to every student of the PG department, you want to read that the deconstruction. What is the theory of a deconstruction? That is put by the Jacques Derrida, because that is an important theory, and that theory can help you to understand the multiculturalism very well. So just we are coming to that melting pot first. What is mean by the melting pot theory? Because it is related with the multiculturalism. Say that the melting pot theory of a multiculturalism assume that various immigrant group will tend to melt together. See, immigration, the people from the other countries are coming in India and they are settled here. They are a migrant, immigrant, but also they have a certain kind of right to things here. So abandoning their individual culture and eventually become a fully assimilated into the predominant culture. But what is the main theory of the melting pot is that those who are the migrated person, they are coming. Suppose that any persons are coming in the India, suppose migrated peoples are came to the India and they are just following one culture. Suppose they are just entered themselves in the, we can say that Jain culture or the Buddhist culture or the Hindu culture, and they just forget everything about their own culture and they are the part of that culture. Those who have accepted that. So that is a predominant society. Means already the culture is established in anywhere and the peoples are entered in that culture and they forget their culture and they have accepted all the part of the where they have included them. So that is called the melting pot theory. That is related with that. Typically used to describe the assimilation of immigrant into the United States, the melting pot theory is often illustrated by the metaphor of foundry's melting pot, in which the element of iron and carbons are melted together to create the single stronger metal steel. From a scientifically way, that term is going to define here. Means whenever the two, we can say elements are coming together, that is the iron and carbon, and they are a mix at the one place and it become a steel. Means we can say iron and carbon, the identity of the iron and carbon is going to lost there and it should be a come in the steel. So that is the theory of the melting pot. So just the melting pot model has been criticized by reducing diversity, causing people to lose their tradition and for having to be enforced through the governmental policy. So many critical authors oppose this melting pot theory. because here the own culture we are neglected totally, and already we are forgetting that, and we are accepting the other culture. Means really you are accepting that with all one's mind or with all one's heart. It does not depend on that, but you are only accepting that. So because of this reason, the so many writers are against of that. They are not favoring the melting pot theory. There is one example is that US Indian Recognition Act of 1934 forced that assimilation of nearly 350,000 indigenous peoples into the American society without any regard of the diversity of their heritage and lifestyle. Means they entered themselves in the another culture by losing their own culture there. So it is a regarding with that. It's a multicultural. Then we are coming to that the salad ball theory. Salad ball theory is a we all of know very well that means whenever we are just take a dinner lunch that time salad is there in front of us. Then all of you know that what is the meaning of salad. There is a all things are coming together. So it's a this theory is a more liberal to the theory of multiculturalism than the melting pot. Whenever we are understanding the melting pot, then the salad ball theory is a more liberal than this. The salad ball theory describes a heterogeneous society in which people coexist but retain at least some of the unique characteristic of their traditional culture. Means what is the meaning of that? Every persons are coming together. They are sharing their culture, their views, their ideas, their emotion, but they are not losing their own identity, their own culture. Means every person have a certain kind of a rights to maintain their own culture without totally including in the one culture. One culture. That is the meaning of the salad bowl. Like a salad's ingredient, different cultures are brought together, but rather than posing into a single homogeneous culture, retain their own distinct flavor. Means their own distinct flavor is the we can say remain constant. They are not going to forget that. So it's the important thing. In the United States, New York City, within its many unique ethnic community, like the Little India, Little Odisha, Chinatown is considered an example of salad bowl theory. Means we have heard the name of that places that Little India, Little Odisha, Chinatown. Chinatown is one name of the movie also. So what are the places is that? These are the places where the so many different kind of the peoples are living together. They are belonging from the different religion, different caste, different culture. But even yet they are living together and sharing their culture without forgetting their own culture. It's a part of it. The salad ball theory asserts that it is not necessary for people to give up their cultural heritage in order to be a considered member of the dominant society. Means we are also the we can say part and parcel of the dominant society, but without losing our own culture, without losing our own identity, we are representing that culture here. For example, African Americans do not need to stop observing Khwaja rather than Christmas in order to be a considered Americas. Because at the same time, you can participate in another culture also. If you are just belonging from the one religion, but at least you can enter or you can just celebrate the other religions festival also. It's a part of that. On the negative side also, whenever this theory is put in front of the people, then some negative side of the theories also come outside of that. The cultural differences encouraged by the salad bowl model can divide a society, resulting in the prejudice and discrimination. Some people are thinking about that. Even a certain kind of things are coming together, but no one is a perfect in that. Means we cannot just express a one thought on a confidently because we are working in a mixed way. But some people are believing that okay, we are not just diverting or removing from that place to the people, and we are giving providing the rights to them. So it's a salad ball theory. So see, we can find out that what is the difference between the multicultural and multiculturalism, how it works then. So see, just I have put some differences that multicultural point out visible product of diversity, food, clothes, music, theater, and sometimes specialist occupation. It is a part of the multicultural. And whenever we can think about the multiculturalism, then multiculturalism point out recognition within the national and the global boundaries, sometimes in relatives harmony with each other. So there is a difference between that. It is not the so much difference. It's a little bit difference. For understanding, I have put that. What is the difference between the multicultural and multiculturalism? It is a direct response to the culture. and it is an indirect response to the culture. It's a very minute difference between that. It is a product of culture. It is a product of social behavior. So it's what's the thing is that whenever we are thinking about the multiculturalism, then we are going to think about the social point of view, because we are the student of literature, and whenever the literature student, what is the meaning of literature? It's the mirror of society. It means what are the things are going to happen in the society that we can read, understand, and present in front of the people. So it's the meaning of that. So multiculturalism is going to favor that. It is a product of social behavior. It is created, it come from the social learning. Multiculturalism, it is a created and it is a come from the social learning, because we are living in the society day to day, every day we are just see that what kind of things are going to happen in the society, and how we are learning that the social, yeah, it's a point of view. Then all are happy to live, which adds variety and color of lifestyle. That is in multicultural. And multiculturalism is that it is a direct concern is to post-colonial culture, where diversity and the heterogeneity have been a rule. Just we have discussed about that colonialism and the post-colonialism. Then post-colonialism theories are related with the multiculturalism. Already we have discussed regarding with that. Then see, I am coming to the conclusion that what is the conclusion of this, that culture is not limited in a one specific reason, but it has a national and the international values or a boundary. This culture is not limited. It should be a spread in the national and the international level. So we can say that the world is a global village. Nowadays we can say that the world is a global village. Multiculturalism helped to inculcate the scientific approach, critical thinking, positive attitude, positive environment, qualitative education, respect for women's, moral value, patriotism, and the mental health in the society. So that all the things we are going to study under the one term, that is a multiculturalism. You know that whenever we can think scientific approach is coming from this through this way. A critical theory is also coming through this way. Positive attitude is more important in the life to do something. Then positive environment is also very important. Just I am giving you an example of that. Nowadays the people are studying, those students who are taking education in the postgraduate teaching department of English under the Gondwana University, they are the very fortunate student, because I am also the student of department. I studied in the Nagpur University, but those who are studying in the Gondwana University, definitely there is a certain kind of atmosphere in the department. Means you can just communicate with your teacher, you can share the so many thoughts with your colleagues, and what kind of environment is there? There is only positive environment. There's even yet the average student also taking the education in the PG department, then definitely after some time he should be a very powerful person. Suppose that if I am taking the example of myself, I was an average student in the postgraduate teaching department of English in Nagpur. But what are the surrounding I got there? What are the learning I got there? What are the teachers I got there? Because of this reason, I understand each and every part very minutely. So this is my humble suggestion to all the students of postgraduate teaching department, that you also take that kind of opportunity, because you got an environment, and when the persons are living in the positive environment, definitely so many good things are going to happen. So qualitative education, we are going to get that. It's a depending on the one person, what kind of education he is taking that. Then respect for women, we are in the society nowadays. Moral values are important, patriotism is also important, and the mental health in the society, that is one of the most important part. All the things are possible for the development of the society, but for all this environment, people should be educated, not qualified. See, that is one of the most important. So many people are took the qualification. They are the MA, BA, PhD, every degree they have took that, but they are not working anything for the society. They are satisfied by their living, they are earning money, and they are doing their work for their family, but they don't have any kind of work for the society. You know, whenever we are living in the one society, then everyone should think that you have a certain kind of a responsibility about your society. Suppose whenever you are just reaching at the top level, or at that level where you can just satisfied and you can do something for the society, so definitely you should do it. So because of this reason, for this environment, people should be educated, not qualified. Because when you are educated, then you are going to learn that so many people are working in the social way. They are going in the society and they are helping to the people, they are helping to the children on their point of view. What is the meaning of that? That is the meaning of that. Really, we are coming from the society, we should give something to that society. Means at least suppose you are the professor, you are the teacher, or you are something, you are the collector from your society. So definitely you should move towards your back towards your society and just see that anybody is coming in a front, then just help to him from the money, from education, whatever that. This help is not only for the money side of you. You can just help him by giving the good books to reading. You can just tell him just go to the library and take the some good books and read that. So there are the so many ways of helping. So at least we should guide to the society, and every student should understand that kind of a thing. So because of this reason, just in the conclusion, I have written that the people should be educated, not qualified. It's a meaning of that. So thank you very much. Just I have completed my presentation here. Uh, so sir, your mic is off. Your mic is off. Mic sound is not coming. Ah, yes, yes,
Thank you
Am
so
I
much,
audible?
sir.
yes, yes. Okay, now you are
Thank,
audible. Okay.
thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful guidance. Sir has given lecture on multiculturalism. They given definition of it. They talk about children's multiculturalism, historical development, multicultural literacy. They also given four values of multicultural literature, importance of multicultural literature, etc. So thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful guidance. We learned a lot from this. Thank you so much. If anyone has question, then you can answer.
Yeah, yes.
Prabhuji, you can ask them to write or type in the chat box if they are not maybe if they are not able to ask the question maybe overnight. So you
Okay,
can
sir.
ask them to chat or maybe type in the chat
You can
box.
start.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
So I just have this one question. Even though you say the multiculturalism is positive term, aren't there any challenges in multiculturalism?
Madam, there are the so many challenges in the multiculturalism. Just I have put that one thing. There is a democracy. Means the term multiculturalism is working about that the positive approach. We are just believing that equality, liberty, fraternity, and brotherhood. That kind of a terms we are going to just understand nowadays. But whenever the questions are coming in front of us, really there is a democracy in our country or not? Then it's a, we can say, question of debate. So nobody can give the correct answer of this question. So if I have put that multiculturalism this term in the positive way, but even yet today also there are the lots of challenges in front of us, and
Yes,
who
sir.
can cover that? We are the human being, because we understood first this theory and apply that theory in the society on the point of that. And when we are going to do the work from that point of view, definitely one by one the challenges will remove from the society. It's a fact.
Thank, thank you, sir.
Anyone have further questions?
Joshi, sir. Sir, the chat box is
Sir, your mic is off, sir. Sir, your mic is off. Ah, yes, yes.
Do you want me to access chat box?
yes, sir.
There is no question from the chat box yet. So I think there are no questions on the multiculturalism from the participants. Maybe they will ask these questions later when they will go and relook this particular presentation on YouTube. Because simultaneously we are going to provide link of YouTube presentation for the participants and those who are not here, but they will be able to watch them later. And we will share the contact details of Varke sir with all those who are maybe willing to ask any question, because this community will continue to exchange with their thoughts and share their views and all that. Because our Telegram channel enable all the participants to contribute their weight, they ask their queries and all. So I'm sure this will continue for another some days. And as I'm sure that those who can't maybe attend this, but because this is live kind of program, so those who can't make it live, so they go to the presentations later and they have their queries. So Dr. Vakya, I request you to respond to the queries whenever they will come. This way we will contribute to each other's kind of enrichment, and this is the only purpose of this kind of series. So thank you, Dr. Vakya, from my side.
Definitely, sir, definitely. Thank you very much, sir.
There is
Uh,
not any further questions. So now I hand over this session to Sapna Mishra for vote of thanks.
Thank you, Prabodhi. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sapna Mishram, student of PGTD English second year. Now we have reached to the end of our fourth online session of NOAA Series 3.0 2023, and it gives me an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to the chairpersons of the program, HOD Dr. Vivek Joshi sir of Gondwana University, Gadchiroli, for organizing this amazing session. I must mention my deep sense of appreciation for our today's guest and speaker, Dr. Ravi Walke sir, Assistant Professor of Khatri College, Chandrapur. Thank you so much, sir, for this excellent session and for the excellent coverage of today's topic on the importance of multiculturalism. You have, I think, given most important topic to today's session, because we live in India, which is a most multicultural, diverse country. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to extend my gratitude to the organizing committee of that is faculty members of the PGTD English for organizing these wonderful sessions. I would also like to thank all the participants for their coordination and the attention till the last. I would also like to thank today's host, Prabodhi Veskade, for her anchoring. And not last but not the least, I would also like to thank each and everyone for the participation and making this session successful. With the permission of all the dignitaries, I declare the session is.
Sapna, don't declare yet, because the formality of group photo is maybe pending. So kindly request each other to switch on their camera so that we can have a screenshot of the presentation.
Everyone, all the participants to turn on their cameras. So we must take the photo, group photo. Everyone, please. Javre sir, Tilesh, please switch on your cameras. So I think Javre sir has not.
Thank you all.
yes, sir. Sir, thank you very much. Sir, will you send me this photograph on my WhatsApp?
We will share.
Okay, sir. So once again, I am also very thankful to Joshi sir. It's a really honor to me to present in front of the postgraduate teaching department of English, because students are very nice, and personally I have that kind of experience in my life also. So you are a very fortunate student. You have a certain kind of environment in your life. So definitely you can do so many good things in your life. Just pay attention towards that. So thank you very much, sir.
Sir, we have very less number of participation today.